welcome to It Is in My Library, a game series where I play games that are in my Steam library that I have played or I have played but not in a long time, or never played at all. This is Endless Legend. I decided to try this because it's a 4K game, much like Civilization. I've played it for 3 hours in the past and didn't really quite understand it, didn't learn, and so on, so I figured, why not give this a shot. Now, this is completely the base game. I don't own any of the DLCs in the game, so we're just gonna be doing like single player stuff, learning to play the game and so on. But this is Endless Legend, so I hope this works out. I'm not sure about their Let's Play policies. I couldn't find anything about the studio's policies because the link wouldn't work. But seeing as their own, the publisher is Sega, and they allow it to Let's Plays and all that, I'm going to hope that this works. But let's start the game tutorial. I've been interested in because I know that this works differently from Civilization and so on, so we'll see how things work out. So I'll be doing the tutorial and possibly starting up a single player game, and we'll see how things go. Now, the reason why I chose this game was because it's easy enough for me to do long sessions of like intermittent stops and so on to do the episodes and so on, and it will allow me to create a decent backlog for it for over the Christmas break or the Christmas time. So playing new content description, add to reskin of the Volters faction, entitled Mazzari, previously unlocked by the Dungeon of the Endless, founder of Crystal Pack. Okay. Why they well, okay. The Mazzari. Accustomed to life in space, the Mazzari come here to settle maroons with no ship, no fuel, and no technology to create either. They have no choice but to make the best of it on this strange world. Auriga. Auriga? I'm gonna go Auriga. Whether they survive or thrive or go the way of the Endless can only be decided by the player. Dismiss. Tutorial basics. Welcome to Endless Legend. The game introduction will guide you through the core elements you need to know to play the game. In order to survive on this dangerous world, you will have to build a mighty empire and face powerful foes. Your tale begins here with your first army. It is looking for a good location to settle your first city. Select the army. Okay. Left click. Very much like. On the bottom left is your army panel. All armies are represented on the map by the strongest unit among them. Among those composing the army. So at the moment it's only settler units. Your army is currently composed of only a single unit, a settler represented by several pawns on a hexagon. The settlers give an army the ability to found a city in a neutral region, a region that does not already contain a city. Fog of War. The army can see a distance of 3. That's that symbol there, okay. You can also zoom in and out for a better overview. Splat. So that shows us what we can see. Then there's the fog and then the further fog. And beyond that, the grey fog of war hides mysteries, areas you have never seen. Okay, you can zoom in and out, and shades represented, so that's the shade. Shaded tiles represent areas you've explored. Gotcha. Armies have a few attributes. Health. Yeah. Movements. How far they can move, depending on terrain. Movement penalties. Movement points for an army with several units are determined by the unit with the lowest score. Okay. Vision range determines how far an army can see on the map. Vision range of the army is determined by the unit with the highest score. terrain cost. It costs 1 movement per to traverse. However, some tiles, like forests, cost 1 more. Okay. Each region has a fixed frontier and can only contain 1 single city, which also exploits the region's terrain and resources. Oh. Terrain resources are food, food, industry, science, and dust. Ah, yeah, that's helpful. For most of the major vision, it's best to select a location for the city that gives access to found a city. Okay, so it's very similar to. Does it actually tell us what? Oh, well, okay. So, we found a new city. Maybe here? I think there. We found a city there. Yeah. 4 of those, okay. Ah, that's gold, food, science, so on. Select the city with left click, okay. Congratulations. You now rule over an entire region. This is your city interface. Your city center plus the 6 tiles surrounding it. Will collect every turn the terrain resources. Okay. So we got, yeah. Next. The city as a district tile automatically modifies its initial terrain income, providing more dust and science, but also less food. The city also provides a unique resource called influence. Okay, so influence is star. Dust is probably our gold coins, much like in the Sib's gold. And we know what the wheat symbol is. The worker panels details all city resource income. Fitzy. Okay, scheduled for the next turn. Okay, so we get 16, 1, 6, and 1. Gotcha. Per worker production resources from tiles and potential modifiers, positive or negative, all have an impact on the total production. You can expect your city next turn. You can mouse over these elements to see the tooltips for more. So we're losing 2 from consumption, 3 from being happy. Okay. 6 from the palace, 1 for being 1.7 from being happy, 1 for being happy. Minus 10 from upkeep and a bunch, okay? You can move a worker from one of the columns. Okay, so if we go to science, food production cannot be stored. Excess food is automatically used each turn to produce additional workers. Oh. The green part of the population growth bar shows that you're about to get an additional city worker next turn. Consumer access cannot be stored in your city. It should be used to construct new city improvements, units, or regional expansions. A city should always have something queued for construction, otherwise the industry risks for that turn will disappear 1 turn later. Always queue up construction. Okay. The first of the variable shows that you can build in your city. The city improvement founders memorial is available. City improvements give different kinds of bonuses in the city, and they can be built only once per city. With many interface elements, you can get more details by mousing over it. Okay, so it gives us 2 of everything and plus 1 influence. Can only be built once in your empire. Okay, the construction of the top of the queue it will... Construction at the top, you will use your production for X turns until it is built. As you can see, a certain number of turns will be required to build Founders Memorial. It costs 60 industry. Science. You need to develop your science to get an edge over your other empires. Science is aggregated at the empire level and used to research new technologies. So individual cities, but it's just everything. Gotcha. Similar to industry, you must keep researching new technologies if you don't want to waste science. From the main banner, open the research screen. Research screen. Okay. Up the top. I was looking down here. Should have been looking up here. The research screen is where you help your empire evolve through technology areas as you struggle forward toward a brighter future. One of the first of the 6 technology areas is currently accessible. Each area is represented by a circle grouping a number of technologies. To enter in, you must research 9 new technologies from the previous area, in order which the order in which you do doesn't matter. The cost of science automatically increases for each new technology you research. In addition, researching in our more advanced areas it costs more science. Some technologies directly unlock new powers or bonuses for your empire, while others unlock new city improvements, expansions, or units that can be built. Okay. Blue circle technologies are already known. Green ones are unknown. Several technologies can be selected in a row. They'll be researched one after another in the order selected. Okay, food and industry technologies are usually a safe way to begin using, so you can hover the mouse over the technology to learn its effects. Once selected, the technology will take a fixed number of turns, depending on your science output. Okay. What's this one? City improvement approval. Increases the approval rating. Has an upkeep cost and thing. Search party. This is of the odds to loot nothing from searches on runes. Okay. What's this one? Increases city improvement. Okay. So already know this one. I think we want to go for like a production based one first. Mill foundry could work. Unlocks with tier 1 weapons. Unlock tiers 2, 1 out. We'll click that. And then we'll go for the food. And then we'll increase that. And go back to your city. So right click and go back through menus. Okay. End my turn. Your population of Splat has grown to 2. Dismiss. Thanks to your food production and their numbers, they're now 2 variables in the worker panel. Various streets and expansion construction can now be selected from the list available. For most major factions, every 2 additional city workers makes a new borough available for construction. The borough streets enables you to extend your city exploration area by building a new city district next to it as an existing one. I want to move you over there. To queue the borough streets, click on the construction, then click on one of the exploration tiles. Let's go here. Like any other queue construction, your new city district will be functional only once the construction is complete. Keep in mind that both spreading your cities too widely or settling new cities causes your city approval to decrease, impacting your food and industry. Hover over the approval. Okay, so we're getting 60 approval and from tile and from that. Okay, so we end our turn. Don't forget that you have a world to explore. Scouting with armies will be your best way to discover the unknown. Create new tiles from the explore menu. Won't you create new unit designs in marine unit design in the list is available for construction. Add 2 copies of unit design to the construction queue. Okay, added. 2 units are queued, but several turns are required to build them. Dust is the most precious resource, hasn't been introduced yet. It is stored at the Empire level and can also be exploited by your cities. Each turn, city improvements already built cost a small amount of dust for their upkeep. The total upkeep of your city improvements is summed up here. Up here, okay. Dust can also be used to directly buy out constructions in the queue. Click the buyout button for the 2 unit designs queued. So we hit the buyout, buyout, end your turn. Construction complete. Complete. Okay. Once a unit's constructor is placed in the city garrison, like other construction, each unit created consumes a bit of dust for its upkeep. The grayed out unit in the garrison are your city militia. They cannot leave the garrison unless the city is under attack. Garrison units, including the militia, are always the last bastion that remains to defend a city against an attack. The current max garrison capacity is 2 units. This capacity is the same for all units and armies within your empire. The max capacity doesn't include the militia. It can be increased by unlocking new technologies. You can create new armies from the garrison. Congratulations, you have now a new army that you can send to explore the surrounding areas. However, you will need a limited number of armies as there are certain upkeep costs that must be paid each turn, just like each unit. There's many ruins to search. Any of them can provide you with rewards, so if you find one, you should try your luck. Ruin tiles can be searched on the map by shining. It's up to you to decide when to end your turns. Remember to check out your city construction queues as well as your research queues and army movement before each turn. When exploring with your army, white dots indicate the army's path of travel, and the yellow dots ones for those for the following turns. You can maintain right click while mousing over the map to simulate your path. Your army will move once you release. Select my army. Okay, they are selected, I believe. And right click. I want to take this one turn at a time. End my turn. Research complete. Mill foundry. Cool. Population is growing to a 3. There's a ruin right over there. I went in the wrong direction. Keep exploring until you find. Let's get there. And then 111, I think. And then end turn. Founder's Memorial has been completed. Cool. Let's just move them as cells manually. Search. We've gotten dust from it. Your search was worthwhile. Ruins can give you unexpected reward or nothing. As you play, you'll discover different ways to increase your chance of getting a reward. When you search a ruin, ruins also give you quests to complete, which will provide additional rewards. Okay, to explore more rapidly, you may want to split your army by selecting one or several of the units, then right-clicking on the map, you can also split the army button once they are selected. This is where you can choose to merge two armies by selecting one army and then right-clicking on the other. Beside it, you can also use the merge army button and two armies are standing next to each other. As movement, note that splitting and merging cost movement. Okay, so if we select, I want you to go there, then you to go there. We'll add this to the queue, and we'll end our turn. It is time for you to make contact with a native minor faction living in your region. These guys. Minor factions are hostile. There is only one minor faction per region living in 1 to 3 villages. Villages contain units for their defense, but they also spawn roaming armies that could attack your armies and such. Use the parlay action okay. So how do we do it? Right click it and click parlay. It will give us instantly pacified and will no longer create hostile armies. You encountered a new minor faction, Sisters of Mercy. The system is a small but respected nation, living simply through well into their solidly constructed towns. A recent offshoot of their humanoid peoples that are content to dedicate their efforts to giving mercy where and how they deem. Simulation effects. 5% health regen, okay. Parlay. You have just received a pacification quest from the Sisters of Mercy living in the region. It has been added to the quest screen that contains a journal for all. You can open the quest screen through the notification or by left clicking on the button in the main. Okay. Dismiss, click. You can hover the cursor over the quest objectives to get more details about the completion. You can also pin the quest, go back to the world, let's hover over it. Radar shows the exact location on the map, okay? The quest mark indicates the specific range you have to go to and search for this quest. The location will even is will throughout the fog of war. Please note that for other quests, the markers may only be visible within the vision range of your army. Complete the Sisters, okay? Aha. How's everything going? Build and the research is still queued up. That's cool. Seed. Ooh. Search. Uh-huh. Search. Special splat help those hurtless neighbors against the deprecation of monsters. So we've completed. The tribe has identified their enemy's lair in the temple ruins. To find the monsters, search the ruins. Clearing at least 2 units. You found it. Survive the battle if possible, but more importantly, make sure the monster is killed. You can now attack the army. Any attack, army, village, city will cost 1 action point, okay? An army can only use one action point per turn, so use it wisely. Once your army selected, right click on the enemy to begin the attack. You're about to launch into a battle against an army. Here is the encounter panel. Note that the battle takes place directly on the terrain of the adventure map. Okay? Depending on the balance of power and the terrain of the battlefield, you may prefer to play a simulated battle on auto, where the unit movements and attacks are handled by the computer. Default army strategy can also be selected in manual battles. You'll be able to set it more precisely unit by unit. Click on Ready to Fight. You want this? Okay. We want to be on the offensive. Okay. Deployment area. Welcome to the battlefield. During the deployment phase, your units spread out from your army. Leaders' positions across the tiles leading the tile shaded with the color of your empire. Your opponent's army does the same thing on its tiles. Battlefield is delimited by the white border. All units start by taking their default positions. Your opponent's units' positions are only an estimation and are likely to change when the battle begins. During a battle, note that you can always click in and out of the battlefield if you want to manage your cities and give orders to your enemies at the same time. Select 20 units inside the battlefield. All unit information is listed here: class, attributes, capacities, status effects, level, and strategy. Okay. Life, speed, okay. Unit class infantry, it's ranged. Flying determines the way the unit can move and attack. Life is the amount of damage you can sustain. Attack determines its attack. Initiative is helps units strike first in battle. Okay. Speed determines how many tiles it can move per round, and damage to how much damage it does. Defense and so on. Pretty standard. Attributes can also be impacted by other factors relative to position, altitude, and terrain. Okay. Relative position. When next to friendly units, morale is increased. Okay. Which increases attack and defense attributes. Elevation increases attack when you're in a higher position. Forest tiles increase defense and city tiles increase morale. Gotcha. Capacities are special but automatically used by the units when attacking or being attacked. The range capacity, for example, gives the maximum distance from where the unit can attack. You can mouse over the capacities to get more information so they can attack. Yep. And they lose morale. Deployments. So if now we should change the units. So you guys to be there. These guys there. Okay. Ready. You've entered the first targeting phase of your battle. You can now decide how units will perform their actions for the first round of the fight. Interesting. Each unit will move and attack each round. The initiative bar shows the order in which units will play during the resolution. Depending on the initiative attribute, note that if unit is attacking, it will automatically counterattack using its action prematurely for that round. Select one of your units. For each unit, you can also choose between one of three strategies for the default targeting behavior. Aggressive and cautious will set more or less aggressive targeting, while hold position will order your unit to stay where it is and to attack only within its range. In addition, you can manually select a destination of a target unit. Unit will then try to focus on it during the resolution phase. Note that you can actually select a position, right click, and then select a target union. So we want hold position, right click, hold position, right click, launch. Battle lasts 6 rounds maximum. Each round a new targeting phase begins, so you can tweak or adapt your strategy. Now finish. Going to be yep. Aha! Congratulations, you've won your first battle. The troubadours prepare their songs. What are the result? Surviving units will always earn experience from the enemy units killed. Earn experience are equally shared between units. Okay. Draw situation can occur, but there are survivors. In that case, another battle can be launched if the army still has remaining action points. Congratulations, all evolutionary now pacified. Seeing your character is glad to become an ally. After the battle, select my city. You can now see the effect of the pacification. 3 village workers have joined your city from the 3 pacified villages in your region. Pacification is also possible. This is a possible village by village if you attack each of them. However, in that case, you would then need to rebuild each village to contain these additional workers. The Empire screen is a global dashboard that lets you view. Okay, this one. You receive some luxury resources. A quest reward. There are 15 different kinds. Discover, and each of them grants specific bonuses. Once used, luxuries will stay active for a number of turns, indicated in the tooltip. The more regions you have, the more expensive boosters will be. Faction affinity and traits. Each major faction has its own affinity. Affinity. What's that symbol then? And traits. Okay. I don't understand the power bonus specific to them. Here you'll find the Empire bonus currently applied to Empire. We are happy. Alright. Every 20 turns all the Empires can set at the same time in an Empire spend. Spending influence can unlock various powers that will affect the Empire until the next Empire plan. When instead soon you'll be able to review your progress, and that of Empires. The screen gives you more info about the different kinds of victories you can achieve. Okay. Info. You can also spend influence to assimilate minor factions. Assimilation will give you useful new bonuses and unit design for the minor faction, as long as the minor faction stays assimilated. To assimilate, at least one of your villages must be pacified within your empire. Remember, recently pacified. Okay. Bam. Assimilate. Well done, the system now gives you 15 health regen in your regions, and their unit size is now available to be built in your cities. For now, you don't have enough die. Luxuries to activate its effect. Go back to your city menu. Hold on. A die was discovered in your region, making the die luxury extractor available in the list. Okay. Allow you to collect a resource from your region every turn. These adventure types are built directly on the adventure map. Click the die extractor. Where's the die? And click on the deposit tile. Is it that one? Ah, it is that one. Well done. Note that the strategic resources can also be collected by building structures if your regions contain the corresponding deposit. Remember that, like that, most constructions normally require specific technologies that need to be researched if they're available. Okay. Improve the units by creating your unit design using strategic resources. You currently have a small amount of titanium. The military screen lists all your armies, their individual units, and cost and upkeep. Note that you'll be able to double click an army to locate them on the map, okay? In addition, a military screen says we can access the unit designs, hit new, Justica? You can add designs that will let you become available with the list of possible construction in your city. Depending on the unit, you can add different weapons, armor, accessories, and designs to improve the unit's attributes or give them new capabilities. As you can see, there are tier 1 titanium items of the armory outlines its great strategic resources to be spent when the unit's construction. Items made of strategic as well as advanced weapon armor tiers 1 locative. Advance through. Once you have to enter a name and click validate. Huh. What shall we call it? D1. Then left click on validate. As you can see with T1 titanium's items of the armory, some items have great strategic resources. Yeah, we've done that. And turn. Back to the sea. It's time to learn more about Heroes, very special and powerful unit. Alright. I'm going to end the episode here. We're at the 40-minute mark. It's a little bit long, but we're going to continue on with the tutorial in the next episode. So, these episodes are probably going to be running a little bit longer, probably around the 30-minute mark in reality, is where I'm probably going to keep them at. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, let me know down in the comments below. Otherwise, hit the subscribe button to see more notifications to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.